Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Das Ahrtal. Friday morning, 9:15, and Ravi and I are starting sort of the trail of our dreams, you could say. Ravi and I are starting the Rotweinwanderweg today, or in English the Red Wine Trail. That is a trail from about 35 to 40 kilometers, which leads from the village of Altenahr, where we are right now, to the village of Bad Bodendorf. And most people hike it in 1 or 2 days, but we decided to divide it into 3 days. So enjoying everything, taking the weekend time, and just enjoying this whole experience. I wanted to do this hike when COVID started, so then we had to cancel it because we were not allowed to enter Germany. I want to do it again 2 years later, but then unfortunately 3 days before we would like to start the hike, the terrible floodings here in the Ahrtal happened, and there was no chance at all of getting here. Starting this trail, everything was damaged. You can still see it behind me, but now third time's a charm. We're going to try it again. We're going to start it today around 13 kilometers. That is where we are going up. That's Berg Ahrtal that you see that, or Berg Ahrtal, just how you would like to say it. And that's the first tough climb, probably the toughest climb we are going to have in this hike, because as you can see, it is quite some bit up. So let's start. Come on, let's go. So we did find the starting point of the Rotweinwanderweg. We've now started the probably toughest climb of this entire trail. So let's get up to Berg Ahrtal. Well, that climb is warming you up instantly. As soon as I'm seeing a bench or something, this jacket is going off. The Rotweinwanderweg goes that direction. Berg Ahrtal, that direction. And as you can see, we are practically around the corner. So before we start continuing the climb up, as you can see, still a bit to go. Of course, we're going to take a look at the Berg as well, because like I mentioned, I want to enjoy this trail, so those little side trails and things that you can see are absolutely worth it. They said there should be some pretty epic views up here. Yes, I'm climbing here as well, sorry. So I'm going to take you along on the first view of this day. And here is the Brune that belongs to the castle, so the so-called spring. really warm already. It's supposed to be around 18 degrees today, so that is really cool for end of October. Maybe a little bit too warm later this afternoon here between the wine valleys, between the wine mountains. But better than horrible weather with a lot of rain, right?
Hey, Ravi. Hi, good boy.
This region is working so terribly hard to rebuild everything. As you can see down there, they are now starting to rebuild the train tracks. Usually the train goes over there into the mountain, but because of the floodings it was all gone. And this weekend is the last weekend that they're organizing the sort of event called Wanderherbst, which translates into hiking fall. And that is a little bit so you can help the people who live here out to rebuild their lives over here, because as you can see from my shots in Altenahr, it is still pretty bad here in regards to the devastation of the floodings. And they've been organizing it every spring and every fall, and 2 years back you saw us hiking here as well for that same event. Then they called it hiking to rebuild, so wandern voor de wiederaufbau. So now it's called Wanderherbst because the people here want to move on, but they still need that help. And this weekend there are also little booths and everything along the Rotweinwanderweg, so along the trail that we are hiking, where you can buy wine, braadworst, little bracelets, like I've got here. It says Solidariteit, so that means you are solidary with the people here in Ahrtal, and that's the way that you, as a hiker, biker, just a tourist, can help out and make sure that the people here have a little bit of money to rebuild everything. So we are very happy to do this. It means that there will be a lot of people on the trail, especially tomorrow and Sunday, but usually we don't like it, but in this case we take it for granted, because I think the people here and the area here, they deserve it. They need to have their life back, and we are really happy to help out with that, although it is just a little bit. We are now back at that section where becaus was that way, Rotweinwanderweg that way. So let's continue the Rotweinwanderweg. And I must say that I absolutely did not regret this little detour. It's part of the das Ahrtal, so the valley of the Ahr. It belongs to it, so for me it belongs to the trail as well, although the trail does not pass there officially, but we can be a little bit creative. And there you can see becaus, where we just were. And here is one of those booths for the Wanderherbst, but they probably are not opening today, but only tomorrow and Sunday. But then you have an idea of what to expect in weekends like this. Well, there are loads of benches here, but I would be pleased to see a trash can as well, because practically since the beginning I'm walking here with a Leave No Trace bag from Ravi, and of course I'm not going to leave it in nature, but walking with that in my hands for 13 kilometers is not something I prefer either. So hopefully we will be passing one very soon. As you can see, the views are gorgeous. It's a little bit hazy, that's a shame. Let's check my watch, just a sec. That direction. It's a little bit hazy, so the views are not at their best today, but maybe the sun will clear everything out later today, and otherwise second chances tomorrow. But yeah, like I mentioned up there in the castle, the ruins of the castle, this is obviously much better than rain, and the weather, it remains something unpredictable, because last week they were giving temperatures around freezing, and then the question was, are we going to be allowed to go into Germany, because your car needs special tires here in Germany as soon as the weather turns into wintry conditions, and that's usually, they say, around 3 degrees Celsius. So then the question was, are we going to be able to hike this trail? So I'm very thankful that the temperatures have increased and that they are looking great for the entire weekend. That little red sign that you just saw, that is pretty cool, because those are so-called Rettungspunkte, and you can find them every few hundred meters, I believe they are, here on the Rotweinwanderweg, and they have a QR code which you can scan in case of an emergency, so you need an ambulance or whatever you need, and they will give you coordinates, and then you can communicate those coordinates with whoever you need to get you out of your emergency. So that is really cool. You are in civilization here, so you do have cell phone service. I do not have my Zolio with me either, so you will be able to call for help everywhere you are on the trail. And then it's really nice, because it is not a big area where you're hiking in, or a very big valley, but if you are not familiar here, then I think it could be nice and a little bit of a safe feeling that you have those points every now and then, so in case it's needed, they know where to find you. Now we are entering a section where Das Ahrtal is so famous for, and that is its wine production. As you can see, in beautiful fall colors, the wine ranks, you call them like that in English, right here in front of us. And on that direction, a beautiful view into the valley. Yeah, this trail is cool. Not all is new to us, but the first section we did, we never started in Altenahr before, so that was new. And Sunday will be totally new. I think tomorrow will be the most familiar path for us, but although we hiked there a few times before, I don't think this ever gets boring. Beautiful. And those fall colors, that is when we first fell in love with this Ahrtal. We were also here in fall, and the colors were even more brighter and more popping than they are this year, and that made us really fall in love with this Ahrtal. That building I just filmed is a restaurant. I think it's called Michael's Hof, I believe. And we had lunch there the first time. It's a little bit of a shame that it is so early right now, because I would really like to stop there again. Because if you order a plate of soup over there, you do not have to eat anymore for the rest of the day. The soup I got there was so good. I will go through my photos from that hike, see if I made a photo of that one. I think I did. Well, you're done for the rest of the day in regards to eating. I ordered a vegetable soup, and I could better say that was the amount of vegetables for a month, together with a little bit of broth. But it was really good. But still too early, still closed at the moment. This is one of the booths that is apparently open on Friday. They are preparing, so still too early, but there are some who are opening today then. Right there behind me, on top of that mountain, you can also see the remains of an old castle, and that is the so-called Staffenburg. Looks really nice as well. There should be a little cafeteria, a little restaurant, but that one is not on the Rotweinwanderweg, so we will not be passing there, but I think you still have a pretty nice view overlooking it. Finally, that's gone. The Korbachhutte. We are about halfway, so nice point for break. I think Ravi's ready too. Come on, buddy, come here. With a nice view overlooking the Staffenburg and the valley, of course. Beautiful. So far, a pure joy to hike this trail. Really, of course, we knew it was beautiful here, but hiking it this way, usually we are doing it just one day hike. And now knowing that we are in here for 3 days, that feels really good. It's not really a true hike, of course, because it is not super long. Let's say 40 kilometers with the little detours that we do. But that doesn't really matter. It feels like being out in the outdoors, truly now again with Ravi. And we didn't have much this year. So if this is the last one of the year, then it's a good one. Ravi's commenting as well. Do you agree, buddy? Goed op. Kom. Op. Kom. 1, 2. Kom. It's up. There he is. He smells cheese. Okay. He deserves it. People, come on. If you carry this up here, it is much more heavier than it is when it's empty. Take out your trash. Something like that really pisses me off, you know? When you carry those bottles of beer up here, they are much more heavier, and then when they are empty, just leave it in nature. Yeah, well, I have no words for that. But idiots. Here you can see one of those rettungspunkten. So if you got the coordinates for number 2, then you know that you have to go here and they can pick you up here. If you're not able to, you can also call, of course, from the point where you exactly have ended. But this is a real point where they know to pick you up. Really cool feature along this trail. Gives a bit of safety. Hey buddy, you're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Want a cookie? There you go. There's pretty much some elevation here, and although the sun is not coming out 100%, which I'm actually pretty happy about because it did on a few points and then it became really warm. So I think it is really nice. It's still warm because it is those 18 degrees. So we're taking enough breaks to drink a little bit, and of course enjoying the views because they are awesome. And some snacks as well, of course. Right, Ravi? So as you can see, we hiked 12.7 kilometers today, but Bodendorf is the finish, 20.7 kilometers to go. But we have the whole weekend for that. Here behind me, I hope that you can see with the sun, is Kloster Marienthal, and that is our destination of today. So that means that we have completed our first day on the Rotweinwanderweg. It was pretty cool. The time flew by. Those 13 kilometers were gone before I even noticed. So yeah, we're going down there. My mom should be waiting there for us because she's our taxi for this weekend, because I was planning on using the train, but unfortunately the train tracks, as you can see, were still completely destroyed by the floodings. So she's our taxi. They have delicious pies here, cakes. It's called bienesti. Come on, Ravi. And it translates a little bit weird in English because it's called beesting in English. But that's the most amazing cake or pie, whatever you like to call it, that I ever had. So we're going down there, having a break, or actually a finish of today. And then, yeah, we're going to check in the apartment that we have booked. And we will see you on the trail tomorrow. Goodbye.